The story of Fala, Franklin D. Roosevelt's beloved Scottish Terrier, is one filled with affection, loyalty, and historical significance. This small dog not only captured the hearts of the Roosevelt family but also became a cherished figure for the American public during a critical period in history. Fala, whose full name was Murray the Outlaw of Falahill, was born on April 7, 1940, in a small kennel in Connecticut. He was given to Roosevelt as a gift by his distant cousin, Margaret Daisy Suckley, in November of the same year. Fala quickly became an integral part of the Roosevelt household, both in the White House and at the Roosevelt estate in Hyde Park, New York. From the moment he arrived at the White House, Fala's charming and spirited personality made him a favorite of President Roosevelt and his family. The bond between Fala and Roosevelt was immediate and strong. Roosevelt, who was dealing with the immense pressures of leading the country through the Great Depression and World War II, found great comfort and joy in Fala's companionship. Fala accompanied Roosevelt almost everywhere, becoming a constant presence by his side. He was known to sit in on important meetings and often traveled with the president on official trips, including wartime conferences. One of Fala's most notable journeys was to the Quebec Conference in 1943, where Roosevelt met with British Prime Minister Winston Churchill. The image of Fala accompanying Roosevelt on these significant occasions only added to his popularity. Fala's presence provided a sense of normalcy and warmth in the otherwise tense and serious atmosphere of wartime Washington. His antics and playful nature brought smiles to those who worked in the White House. He became famous for his daily routines, which included attending Roosevelt's breakfast and accompanying him on car rides and trips on the presidential yacht, the USS Potomac. Fala's popularity extended far beyond the White House. He became a national icon, with countless Americans following his exploits and admiring his loyalty to the president. The media often featured stories about Fala, and he even had a film made about him by MGM in 1942 titled Fala at Hyde Park. Fala received numerous letters from admirers and gifts from well-wishers across the country. One of the most famous anecdotes involving Fala occurred in 1944 and became known as the Fala speech. During a campaign address, Roosevelt humorously addressed false rumors that he had accidentally left Fala behind in the Aleutian Islands and had sent a Navy destroyer to retrieve him at great expense to taxpayers. Roosevelt's witty defense of Fala endeared him even more to the public and highlighted the deep affection he had for his dog. Despite the challenges and strains of wartime leadership, Roosevelt found solace in Fala's unwavering companionship. The bond between them was a testament to the comfort and joy that pets can bring to their owners, even in the most trying times. Fala's loyalty and love provided Roosevelt with moments of respite and happiness amidst the pressures of his presidency. Tragically, Franklin D. Roosevelt passed away on April 12, 1945, in Warm Springs, Georgia. Fala was with him until the end, a loyal companion to the very last. After Roosevelt's death, Fala continued to live at the Roosevelt family estate in Hyde Park with Eleanor Roosevelt. Eleanor often wrote about Fala in her columns, recounting his life and the deep bond he shared with her late husband. Fala lived for several years after Roosevelt's death, passing away on April 5, 1952. He was buried in the Rose Garden at the Roosevelt estate, near his beloved master. Today, Fala's legacy lives on as a symbol of loyalty, love, and the special bond between a pet and their owner. Fala's story is a heartwarming reminder of the impact that pets can have on our lives. His presence during a pivotal time in American history, his unwavering loyalty to Franklin D. Roosevelt, and his endearing personality made him a beloved figure who will always be remembered as one of the most famous pets in presidential history.
Political influence. Fala was so popular that he became a part of political speeches and campaign strategies. The famous Fala speech by Roosevelt addressed false rumors humorously, showcasing how a pet could become a tool in political discourse. National icon. Fala's presence at significant wartime conferences and events, such as the Quebec Conference with Winston Churchill, is unusual. A pet's inclusion in such high-stakes international politics is rare and highlights Fala's unique status. Public fascination. The level of public interest and media coverage that Fala received is extraordinary. Stories about his daily routines, adventures, and even a film made about him show an unusual level of celebrity for a pet. Rumored Navy rescue. The false rumor that a Navy destroyer was sent to retrieve Fala from the Aleutian Islands at great taxpayer expense, which Roosevelt humorously debunked in a speech, is a strange and humorous anecdote in the context of serious wartime events. Eternal companionship. Fala's loyalty extended to being with Roosevelt until his death, and continuing to live with Eleanor Roosevelt afterward. This ongoing presence in the lives of the Roosevelt family members highlights a deep bond unusual for pets of public figures. Historical legacy. Fala's legacy as one of the most famous pets in presidential history, being buried near Roosevelt and remembered in various writings and memorials, shows an extraordinary impact for a presidential pet.